So, sir, what's your name, sir?
Arun Kumar.
Arun Kumar of Hindustan Times, right?
Yeah.
A senior journalist, obviously. So, you're asking a beautiful question. What comprises that methodology that makes an individual creative?
Yeah.
Okay. That methodology actually I developed by my decade of interaction with the little children in the schools, starting with my original doctoral work in Kerala University, where very fortunately my guide allotted me the theme of creativity in children, school children, high school. That was the first. So from 1973 onwards, it was my journey to do that creativity research. It was to understand how it can be triggered also. So that methodology, what I mean also to say that it was basically experimented with the children as young as 4 years old. That means it works from 4 years to even 75-year-old person on the deathbed. Because it is a method of the nature. It is a method of using what is available in you, your attention, your thinking, your perception, your observation to details. So that's also, the word methodology means it is very simple. In fact, just about a month back, I finally experimented with a group of Tamil girls from rural villages who cannot talk about almost anything, even about them they cannot talk. About 14 days, I have completely videotaped it. It is wonderful.
And what about this genius leader?
Oh,
what
that is
makes a leader genius?
So as I told you, I am the first one to present the concept called genius leader. I also want to add on to you, assuming that you may not be that aware of the so-called literature in leadership. The latest.
What are the inherent qualities that a genius leader must possess?
So I am defining it on the basis of the essence of what comprises genius. So the word genius meaning the attendant spirit of a person in English dictionary, in any dictionary. The parallel Sanskrit word is sarga, which means swabhava nirmoksha. Okay. Using these two as the basis, I am proposing the concept of genius and identifying the properties of attendant spirit. Genius is attendant spirit, which is available everywhere, in the plant, in the bird, in the cat, in the rat, in the fish. Okay. So observing them, I identified 5 central parameters of everything in the nature on planet Earth at least. They are, number 1, firm. Firm in their stand. Firm, they are firm. Whatever they know, they are firm. A rose is a rose is a rose. Correct. You cannot see an incorrect tree or even a blade of grass. Complete. You cannot see an incomplete tree. Firm, correct, complete. Elegant. There is nothing in the universe not elegant. Whether a leaf of the tree or a blade of grass on the roadside. Finally, little bit complex. I said Taoic, T-A-O-I-C, in which I am borrowing from the entire wonderful perspective of China, which was taken originally from India, called it Tao. Tao means in tuning with everything else, in good flow with everything. So firm, correct, complete, elegant and Taoic. In Taoic I am further defining, which is
adaptability.
Yeah. So a genius is the one who is firm, correct, complete, elegant and Taoic in his thought, in his speech, in his behavior, in his expressions, in his actions, in his work and in his relationships. That's the way I have defined the genius in this. And when such a person happens to be leading an organization, his decisions will be very elegant, his interactions will be very elegant, his behavior will be very elegant, for example, and will be firm on a stand if he takes. And he must be in Tao, he must be in tuning with everybody else in the organization, including maybe the walls and the machines. That's a different genius leader.
But in a cutthroat capitalist world, where everything is oriented to finances and revenue generation, do you think this theory will gel?
Yes and no. Because you defined it as so-called cutthroat competitive. No. Because this is based on nature process. And nature process, not a single thing is competing with each other or engaged in cutthroat killing each other.
No, in the corporate world, as you see,
So that's why I said it is no also. Therefore, I am also telling genius is a choice. So it's a choice. So I am presenting this as a choice. And personally speaking, which I have declared in this, I want to ensure that there cannot be a better choice because nature process is the ultimate model. That I am implying in my writings also. So I know, sir, this book will be rejected by 90%, more or less clearly, from the management community and management schools in the whole world. Maybe
you have written or conceptualized an ideal situation which will make it a beautiful world.
Beautiful world. So I have done it with the small enterprises. In my training programs, which very rarely happens, I make the individuals really comprehend and even in such a way that they can translate whatever they have comprehended into action. Am I right, Sudeep?
Yes.
He was never friend. I don't even remember him in my class 3 years back. What I mean to say that he was just a silent partner. He first time came to talk to me because now only I say, making him sit in front of me, that now only he has started discovering what I had told him 3 years back.
So, but
which he will discover and gradually they will become different. That means it is possible.
what you have said is absolutely right. But classroom situations and real life situations where his managers might be forcing him all the time to generate more and more revenue, come what may.
Then it will not happen. It will not happen. But if the managers, so even in my creativity training program also I say, this creative perspective which I am telling is not to create an innovative culture in the organization or not to have creative decisions in your company, even not that. But it is for you to manage your own corporation, the inner corporation, so that even when you happen to be participating in unethical and fraudulent practice of an organization, you are supposed to be there because of various life situations, even then you will be able to manage yourself in the most equilibrium condition. Not going to major hospitals in the world.
But
that's also possible from
you
this.
You have written about Taoic process. This process is you have taken from China.
Tao, the concept of Tao, of course, from China.
It's from China. But today China is also increasingly getting into the trap of capitalism.
Okay, China meaning actually not China, the great mystics of ancient China.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to correct it even with India. People say India is a land of Upanishads. Absolutely wrong. If some people following Upanishads makes India land of Upanishads, then there are more than that number of rich people here in India. Can we say India is a land of rich people? So it is not from China, point number one. Point number two, having a great perspective and actual practice requires a lot of what I call real creativity. You can have great ideas, but to practice it into reality, to express into reality, you need creativity. So Chinese do not have that creativity. Same with India also. India, forget about creativity. India does not have even the moral confidence to claim the wonder of Upanishads, to conduct societies based on its own philosophies. So what about India? India's fall is much more pathetic than China's fall, sir.
Yeah.
India may be economy.
That is why I was asking you have written such a beautiful book to create an ideal situation to make it a beautiful world where people have, even the managers have compassion and the managers have the right thinking.
Just a minute, sir. Right thinking, correct. Not compassion and all that. That's what I wanted to say. Current concept of leadership is touching the word enlightenment. Enlightened leader, transformation leader, authentic leader, which covers all that you said. It is not about compassion or anything. Nature is not compassionate either. That's what I said, firm.
Firm you have to be with the
so
right
only
people.
this thing. Firm, correct, complete, elegant, that's all. No compassion, no big enlightenment, no authenticity, no great words.
It has
it can be like Chanakya also. It can be like Parashurama's father also. So it can be the stand of a real, the Japanese Zen called the samurai. If I decide to kill, you kill. That's all. But don't be dishonest. So I am using the concept of rose, simple that's all. So that absolute right perspective and all these things are in. So it is not that impressive.